I want to share with you how I managed to scale a product to 3K in about 7 days. Let's go. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jeffrey. If you're new here, hello and welcome. I make e-commerce videos and dropshipping, so consider subscribing if you like my content. So today I wanted to talk about how I managed to generate about $3,000 per day from one product in about 7 to 8 days. As you can see here, this is a screenshot. This is for my main store, for my branded store actually. I have all the white labeling stuff and packaging in place. But anyway, as you can see, for the first 7 days, I was at about like 600, 700 a day. Then I reached about 1K, and then I had a really big day here where I reached about 2.8K, so close to 3K. And I just want to share with you how I managed to got that, how I got to that level, and hopefully you can get some insight as well. Now I am going to be transparent and tell you that it did drop, like it didn't go all the way through, because Facebook has been experiencing some inconsistencies recently, as I've also seen in other stores as well and other business owners. So I just want to make it clear that it's not going to be 3,000 all the way out to the, to the top. Maybe like you've reached 10K in a matter of like 2 weeks later on. But I just wanted to share with you kind of my path and my journey and how I got here and what I did. So to begin, basically how I got most of the sales is from one product, and this is a product that women actually love a lot. I realized that a lot of the sales were coming from the UK, but when I started Broad, I just did the big 5. How I got this product was actually through my my supplier. I have a pretty good supplier relationship with my supplier, and so at times he would introduce some new material and new products to me, and let me test it out. So this is also a tip for you guys. Once you get to that level, you should always build a rapport with your supplier, because they can actually help you down the line. But anyway, I actually started with Big 5. I knew it was going to sell well in the UK, so I wanted to go broader, so I just started with Big 5 first. And basically, I also set it as auto placements. And for those of you who don't know, it's basically letting Facebook decide which platform or which placement to choose to show your ads. So a lot of people in dropshipping, they do just Instagram feed and Facebook feed in the ad set level. And I actually recommend doing auto placement nowadays, because a lot of people are actually bidding against IG feed and Facebook feed as well. Most people are going to be there, so there's going to be a high bid for that placement. And inside each ad set, I have actually 2 ads. One of it is a slideshow that I made, is a really quick one, and another one is a story ad. And I realized the story ads have been good for the past week, and then actually people have been picking up on this, so it's been less effective recently, at least for me. But basically that's how I did it. I had 2 ads in one ad set, and I had about 1 interest per ad set. So in total I had about maybe around 20 to 30 different interests, and each of the ad sets inside it has 2 ads. One of which is a slideshow and one of which is a story. And how I managed to increase my ad scan and scale horizontally was I basically duplicated all the winning ad sets 3 times. Basically anything that has 2 or more sales. And usually if that ad set has about 3 to 5 sales, I would usually optimize it further by breaking down by placements and age. And it was working for a bit, and then I think it started to die later on. But anyway, like usually you should always optimize your ad sets after about 5+ sales. In theory, it should actually make your audience more refined and actually hit the target audience that you want to hit. So basically any of the winning ad sets, I would just duplicate it 3 times, and then for each of the breakdown, I would do it once. So I would do, let's say it was story only, or it was just Instagram feed only, I would just duplicate that ad set again once, and then only make it to that placement. So either Instagram feed only or Facebook feed only, and etc. And then I would also do it by age as well. So let's say, for example, 35 to 44 did really well. I would actually, duplicate the ad set again once and just change it, the age, and then only target to people who are 35 to 44. So basically how I also increased the ad spend on top of that is I was just adding, I just kept on adding more interests that are related to, the ones that were working. And in my case, I don't want to review too much, but I focus a lot of competitive targeting, and a lot of people, for example, if you're selling hats, you would target a lot of brands that are related to hats and fashion and things like that. Or if you're doing sunglasses, you would do something like Ray-Bans, or if you're doing like computers, electronics, you would do like Dell, Lenovo, whatever. So basically, for the first week as well, I didn't really utilize much lookalikes. I realized that actually lookalikes take a while for it to be effective. You should keep trying to do cold interest before you do lookalikes, and not try to rush in, because your pixel might not have enough data to make the lookalikes audiences really effective and work efficiently. So even if it means making video views lookalikes, you should always wait until you have at least a few thousand fires before you do it. And this is especially prevalent and important in the events for your funnel. So for example, people who've added to cart, people who viewed your content, people who purchased, people who initiate checkout. So you don't have to rush in to use your lookalikes. You can actually just utilize the code interest. They can actually work out fine, and in some cases they can actually work out better than your lookalike audiences, which in theory is counterintuitive, because lookalike audiences, if you don't know, they're supposed to be more warm traffic, and they're supposed to have an audience. They're basically an audience that looks very similar to people who've performed an activity in your store, like people who've added to cart or initiated checkout. If you want me to make a video more about lookalike audiences, I can do that soon. Just leave it down below. But basically, all I'm saying is the bottom line is you shouldn't rush your lookalike audiences, and code interest can actually work fine, and you can actually scale either depending on the strategy, either by country or your the different interests that you have. And so basically in a matter of about more than 7 actually, about 8 days or so, or 9 days, I managed to reach about 10K in sales, which is not bad, especially considering it's a fun run product. And so I just wanted to share this little case study that I did. I will be transparent again, that actually died down, but it's not doing too bad right now. I'm still experimenting different strategies, especially to CBO. So I'm going to be doing more of that in the near future. But in the time being, at this time, I just wanted to realize that it is possible with just cold interests, and I just wanted to share this case study with you guys. And hope you enjoyed it, and be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video if you liked the video and got some value. And thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.